Nathan, join me as we uncover the
In
truth together.
2012,
Subscribe now
Manhattan
to
mother
stay
Marina
informed.
Krim returned home from her 3-year-old daughter Nessie's swimming lesson to a silence that felt wrong. Her 2 other children, Lucia 6 and Leo 2, had stayed behind with their trusted nanny, Yoselyn Ortega. As Marina called out their names, no one answered. Then, stepping into the bathroom, she found a nightmare she would never forget. Lulu and Leo lay lifeless in the bathtub, covered in blood. Standing over them was Ortega, bleeding from self-inflicted wounds. Neighbors heard Marina's screams and called 911. Her husband, Kevin Krim, ACNBC executive, rushed home to chaos. The Krims had seemed to have the perfect life. Marina kept a blog filled with photos of their smiling children, even praising Ortega as part of the family. But behind that trust, Ortega was crumbling. A 50-year-old Dominican immigrant, Ortega had worked for the Krims for 2 years. They had even visited her relatives in the Dominican Republic to show appreciation. But her own life was falling apart. She was deep in debt, exhausted and emotionally unstable. Friends noticed she seemed depressed and resentful, struggling to cope with long hours and financial stress. Investigators later found she had grown jealous of the Krims' happiness and success, seeing their comfort as a cruel contrast to her own hardship. On that October afternoon, Ortega was supposed to take the children to meet Marina at the pool. Instead, she returned home, locked the door, and used kitchen knives to kill Lulu and Leo. When Marina discovered the scene, Ortega turned the knife on herself but survived. First responders rushed all 3 to the hospital. Only Ortega lived. The case horrified the nation. How could a woman so trusted, so close to the family, do something so monstrous? Her defense argued insanity, that she'd suffered a psychotic break. But prosecutors said this was premeditated revenge, driven by anger and envy. In April 2018, after years of courtroom battles, Ortega was convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. The Krims' pain was unimaginable, but they chose to channel their grief into something good. They created the Lulu and Leo Fund, dedicated to promoting kindness and creativity in children, a tribute to the lives lost. They later welcomed 2 more children, rebuilding their world piece by piece. Marina and Kevin